Why are Indian immigrants suddenly facing so much negativity in Canada? Is this racism? Or is there something deeper happening inside the human mind? Today, we're decoding the hidden, dark psychology behind hate, stereotypes, and why one of the world's most hardworking communities became an easy target. Stay with me. Over the last decade, Canada saw a sudden wave of new immigrants and international students. A majority of them were from India. This rapid increase overwhelmed systems that were already weak: housing, healthcare, colleges, the job market, and public transport. And when a society feels pressure, the human brain searches for someone to blame. This is where the psychology begins. There's a psychological behavior called scapegoating. When people face stress, like economic uncertainty or crowded public services, the brain tries to find a simple villain to make sense of the chaos. It often chooses a group that is highly visible, culturally different, growing quickly, and easy to point fingers at. In this context, Indian immigrants became the face of a much larger, more complex system failure. It's not because they caused the problem, but because the mind needs a convenient target to blame for its anxieties. This is a cognitive shortcut, and it's a dangerous one. A big part of the issue actually started much earlier, long before many students even landed in Canada. Some private colleges and unscrupulous immigration consultants, both in India and abroad, overpromised high-paying jobs, inflated expectations about life in Canada, and sold fake dreams. They essentially overcrowded the system for profit. When these students arrived and found themselves struggling, unable to find the promised housing or employment, locals only saw the surface-level effects. They saw crowded houses and competition for low-wage jobs. They blamed the community, not the broken, profit-driven system that lured them there. This created a powerful association bias. The mind wrongly connects one visible issue, like a housing shortage, with one community, even when that's not the complete reality. Think about it from a local's perspective. Cities like Brampton, Surrey, and even parts of Toronto changed rapidly. Suddenly, there were large friend groups speaking a different language on the street. Different cultural habits became more visible. Things like noisy apartments, parking issues, and multiple families sharing a single house became more common complaints. Now, these issues exist in every community and aren't unique to any single group. But when they seem to appear all at once and very quickly, some people feel their established way of life, or their identity, is threatened. This triggers the territorial instinct, an ancient, primal human reaction to protect what we perceive as our space from outsiders. It's less about logic and more about a deep-seated feeling of losing control over one's environment. And then social media threw gasoline on the fire. One small fight between two people. One careless incident at a public event. One video of someone breaking a minor rule. It gets filmed, goes viral instantly, and is shared thousands of times. Suddenly, a single person's mistake becomes the perceived identity of millions. This is a cognitive bias called the availability heuristic. Our brains tend to believe whatever information is most easily and frequently available to us, not necessarily what is statistically true. If your feed is flooded with negative videos about one group, your brain starts to think that's the norm, even if 99.9% of the community is hardworking, law-abiding, and respectful. The algorithm amplifies the negative, and our minds mistake that amplification for reality. All of this was happening against the backdrop of a severe economic crisis. Rent went up. Food prices went up. Competition for decent jobs increased dramatically for everyone. And in moments of intense financial pressure, the human mind follows a very predictable and dark pattern. It blames the newcomers. This isn't because it's true, but because the brain is desperately looking for a shortcut explanation for its suffering. It's easier to blame the person who just arrived than to confront the complex web of inflation, corporate greed, and government policy failures. You're seeing dark psychology at work, turning economic anxiety into social hostility. But here is the reality that no one talks about, because it doesn't get clicks or go viral. Most Canadians do not hate Indians. Most Canadians I've spoken to appreciate their hard work, their skills, their contribution to the economy, and the vibrant culture they bring. But online negativity is loud, misunderstandings are loud, economic frustration is extremely loud. And behind all that noise is a simple, uncomfortable truth. The core issue is economic. The problem is largely political. And the resulting hate is almost entirely psychological. It's a manufactured response to systemic stress. So, the question isn't really why some people hate Indian immigrants. The real question we should be asking is, why does the human mind default to hate during times of stress? The answer lies in fear, ancient survival instincts, and these dark psychology patterns that our species has carried for thousands of years. Understanding these patterns is the first step to overcoming them. If you want more videos decoding real human behavior, psychology, and the hidden patterns that shape our society, hit that subscribe button and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.